Hello, everybody, and welcome to my presentation on strength training for collegiate baseball athletes. My name is Jeff Bart. This presentation is for Dr. Chrissy Gendron's PE 580 Wellness and Fitness for Life class. I'm interested in this topic because as a coach at a junior college right now, we do not have the funding for a strength and conditioning coach. So a lot of those duties fall on me. I'm interested in learning it and what is the most optimal program for baseball players. Two main research questions I had coming into this assignment were: one, how should baseball players train? What is the most optimal way that translates to their best performance? Number two, how does the season affect player health? I want to know more about this so that I can assist them effectively throughout the season with a potential in-season strength training program as well. Some definition of terms, and we're going to look at the complex training model, course ability, and body composition. Off-season training, Dodd and Alvar did a research project in 2007 on the complex training model. What they did was they compared the complex training model, which is the combination of heavy resistance and plyometric training, against isolated plyometric training and heavy resistance training. What they found was that greater increases in lower body speed and power were found in complex training across all measures, from the 20-yard to the 60-yard dash to vertical jump, standing broad jump, T agility. These are all measures that directly relate to baseball performance. Heavy resistance training should be done with a squat, deadlift, split squat, and lunge, low volume, 2 sets of 6. Plyometric training with a box jump, depth jump, split squat jump, again, 2 sets of 6, because these are going to be paired together in what some call a superset. The rest period between the two lifts is less than 10 seconds between the complex pair and 3 to 4 minutes between the complex set. Core training is another intervention that should be a part of your off-season training program. Filion and DiBeliso performed a study in 2020 in which they found increases in throwing velocity and ball exit velocity off of the stationary tee. They structured their program for 3 segments, including core stability with weighted walks, 50% of your body weight, core endurance, anywhere from 1 to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. This includes V-set holds, bird dogs, ab rollouts, back extensions, hanging leg raises, and Romanian deadlifts. And the last segment being rotational strength. This included resistance band rotational and anti-rotational movements, such as the Palloff press and oblique twists, as well as medicine ball rotational tosses. The effects of the season on player health. I looked at body composition fluctuation and injury rates. It's important to understand the difference between position players and pitchers and what they go through throughout the season. Position players, actually, a study by Marthins et al. Looked at the Division I level over the course of 5 years. And what they found was that body weight, lean body mass, body fat percentage, and fat mass significantly decreased from the start of the season to the end in position players, while they found no significant changes in body composition to pitchers. When it comes to injury rates, pitchers over the same time period, the same 5-year time period from 2014 to 2019, 31.1% of all injuries that were reported at the Division I level came from pitchers. 35.7% of these injuries happened during practice time. So that's important to know as not only a strength coach, but a baseball coach in general. When it came to position players, 16.5% of all injuries over this 5-year period were from outfielders, most of these injuries being non-contact injuries, and 11% of all injuries from 2014 to 2019 were corner infielders. As I look to apply these major concepts, such as the complex training model and core intervention, I look to implement both of these interventions into our strength training program at San Jose Junior College next season. I'll look to further my understanding of player health during the season, in order to develop a potential in-season strength training program for the springtime. Future research, I'll spend my future research towards developing an in-season strength training program in the springtime, as mentioned before. There's limited research in the sport of baseball, as most of the research on in-season strength training is done on contact sports such as football and rugby. And I'm also going to look at what is optimal for player health sustainability throughout the springtime. In conclusion, your off-season strength training program as a baseball strength coach should be a complex training model mixed with a core intervention. Pitchers and position players' bodies are affected differently throughout the season. That's important to understand for both nutritional and strength program needs. And my further research, there should be further research done on in-season strength training to benefit player health and sustainability. Thank you very much for viewing my presentation.